Alrighty guys, so in this video, we are going to be explaining the transformation. So in the previous section, we were solving for the niche and the problem, and now we have to solve for the transformation. So what promise can we make to that niche that gets them going? Okay, so I'm gonna jump to this diagram here. Okay, and we will zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so the transformation is what are we promising the customer? Okay, so what problem are we solving, and what is the promise? Okay, this is super important, because if you get the transformation right, if you get the outcome or the promise right, you will achieve resonance. So we have customers who come to us with great solutions. They create value with their case studies, but their messaging is wrong, and it's usually around the transformation. So they might have created like an amazing outcome for the customer, but they're not explaining it properly. And then we tweak the transformation, we tweak the message, and all of a sudden the marketing starts to work. Okay, so let's talk about the transformation. So let's consider a man stranded on an island. So island number one, okay? So island number one is small. There's no food. There's no clean drinking water. There's no shelter or shade, okay? Now imagine there's a second island 5 miles away from island one, okay? And we'll call this island, island two. On island two, there's the man's family. There's a house for everyone. There's clean drinking water, his parents, his friends. It's just a party. He just wants to go from island one to island two. This is what he wants. He hates being on island one. For some reason, he's stranded there, and he needs to get back to his family on island two. Okay, so the desire is clear, and there's strong motivation to make that transformation. So that's really what the island story kind of explains the transformation from state one to state two. Okay, so let's pretend that a salesperson comes to island one, okay, and offers the stranded man a boat to island two. Okay, so think about this for a minute. Does the man care about the specific type of wood? Is he going to compare, and he's going to do comparison shopping, and he's going to complain about the wood or the upholstery or something like that? No. Does he care about the number of seats? No. Or what leather was used? No. The man on island one only cares that the boat will successfully get him to island two. Okay, and in this particular situation, because he's stranded and he's gonna die, the man is willing to pay any amount of money to solve this problem and achieve the transformation. Okay, so he needs to go from island one to island two, and he's willing to pay any amount of money to get there. Okay, so this example of this man illustrates a transformation. So the stranded man doesn't care at all if it's a boat that delivers the transformation. He doesn't care if it's a rocket ship, a wormhole, magic pills. He doesn't care how he gets to island two. Okay, he doesn't care. In other words, the vehicle or the mechanism used to achieve the transformation doesn't matter to the stranded man. This is a really important point. He's looking for the path of least resistance. He's looking for the cheapest, the fastest, the easiest way possible to get to island two and to achieve that transformation. Okay, so when you're building your solution, you're looking for the best or only way to help your customer travel from island one to island two. And this state change is called the transformation. Okay, and this can also be thought of as the promise or the claim. And we can go one step further and break down this transformation into its components. Okay, so first of all, you need a state one. Okay, so you need an island one, you need a state two, and you need a time frame in which that transformation happens. Okay, because let's say it takes the guy 5 years to get to the island two. Well, that's not very compelling. If it takes the guy 5 seconds to get to island two, okay, well now people are going to start perking up. Okay, so the job of the entrepreneur is to provide a transformation at a price that makes the price that the market is willing to pay using the mechanism that creates contribution. So essentially, you can't build a product if you don't define the transformation or the outcome. Okay, and this is the component. So when you use these components, it's really easy. State one, state two, time frame. Okay, so here's an example. CPA from 10K to less than 5K in 3 months. MRR, 10K MRR to 100K MRR in 12 months. Hire the best talent in the industry for 1x the price in 2 months or less. So you can use relative time frames. Okay, and you can use relative numbers. Okay, and or you can use absolute numbers. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to our spreadsheet, our foundational copy spreadsheet. And you have already have the niche defined. You already have the problems, the current state and desired state defined. Now we're going to map out that transformation. Okay, so we have the current state, the desired state, and the time frame. Okay, so in this transformation box, we are going to write the current state, the desired state, and the transformation. And this is essentially a benefit. So if you think about what benefits are or outcomes, a benefit is a transformation. So state 1 to state 2 in time frame. Okay, so you can do something faster, better, cheaper. How are things going to improve? And so what is the difference between the main transformation and then all the other benefits? Because with every offer, with every product, there are multiple benefits. There could be hundreds of benefits, but typically there's one benefit that is just head and shoulders above every other benefit, and it just speaks to the customer at another level, and it just cuts through the noise. So we want to play with the different transformations. You probably won't have, you might have to change the transformation a few times as you're testing in the market. And sometimes a claim or a transformation might not be obvious to you, but after you're speaking to a few customers, you start to realize that, oh, they really want this. They really resonate with this transformation. So we're going to be writing our transformation in this spreadsheet, and we're going to be defining some of the other benefits. So what other metrics are you affecting, and by how much? What frustrations are eliminated? How much time are they saving doing what? What can they forget about? How does their life change? Okay. And then you can think of secondary and tertiary benefits. So as a result of this happening, what else happens? Okay, that's what a secondary benefit is. So as a result of them growing their business, what else happens? What does that mean? Okay, and then what does that mean? That's a tertiary benefit. So the secondary benefit is, you can scale faster, you can be more capital efficient. And then the tertiary benefits, by doing that, less stress, better relationships, you're getting more into the outcome of that, or for that person. Okay. So the transformation can be written in the spreadsheet. So go ahead, write your transformation down. You might already know this. It might be a guess. It might be a hypothesis. We're going to be walking through a method to determine the transformation if you don't already have one, or you might not be particularly clear. Okay. So go ahead and map out the transformation, map out the benefits, and they should read really well. You should be able to step back from the spreadsheet, look at them, and be like, yeah, you know what? People are gonna want this. And another point about these transformations and benefits. So you might be asking, well, how do I come up with them? They're typically the inverse of the problem, okay, or the problems. So if you look at the most urgent problem, you just flip that problem over, okay? So unable to grow MRR, right? The inverse of that is like hyper growth MRR, right? Unable to generate leads and traffic on demand. The inverse of that is customers or prospects flooding your calendar and flooding your CRM, right? Unable to close sales, okay? The inverse of that would be like super short sales cycles. The sales cycle is less than 1 week, 6 months to 1 week. Okay, unable to raise money. The inverse of that would be raise money in the blink of an eye. Okay, so I'm going to take these problems and then I'm going to flip them over, and then that's how we come up with the benefits and transformation. And these are going to be your go-tos when you're writing your copy, and even when you're building your features. Okay, because if you understand. If you map out the transformation properly, you map out the benefits properly, you will know what to build. Okay, so you can use these benefits and this transformation as the North Star for building your features. Okay, so typically, if you talk to customers and you come up with a transformation that really rings bells, you might have to tweak the product. You might have to tweak your feature hypotheses. Okay, so go ahead and map out your transformations. It's really important. And then we will see you in the next video when we start talking about price.